Hi everyone, my name is Jyoti and I welcome you all to this another video lecture of IELTS module. Before that, I have made 3 videos on writing, listening and reading. I want you to check them so that you will have good grasp of it. So today we're going to talk about the speaking module, and speaking module is something which is one-on-one interview where you are sitting before the examiner and he or she is asking direct questions to you. It's in-person interview. So you will have that interview timing for 10 to 15 minutes. But again, it's not something which is certain. It's not something which is fixed. Because sometimes if you are unable to speak much, the examiner may wind up your interview in 5 to 7 minutes. Or sometimes if you are very expressive, the person, the interviewer can give you even more time. Sometimes I have seen students are saying, the interviewer was asking a lot of questions to us that even it took 25 to 20 to 25 minutes. So it's something which is not certain. It totally depends on your speaking ability. We have 3 sections in the speaking test. The section 1, which is part 1, part 2 and part 3. Part 1 is about where the examiner would ask you about your likes, your dislikes, very normal questions, those you can enjoy answering. Can be about your study, can be about your hometown. So it's like that. Now after, in in part 2, the person would give you, the examiner would give you a cue card. Cue card is like a set of question which is written on paper. So it can be like this. Tell me about the hotel that you lastly have visited, where the hotel is, how it looks like, and would you like to revisit the hotel? So now you have these 3, the questions, and you will have 1 minute to prepare your answer. After this entire preparation, when you start speaking, it will take 2 minutes to complete your entire that speaking. Okay, you will have 2 minutes to finish your answer. So this way you will have part 2. Now part 3 is follow-up question, which is a chain of questions on the basis of your part 2. I'll tell you in my further videos how to answer these questions, but for now it is just an overview video. I'm telling you the timing, we have 10 to 15 minutes officially, which is written on document, but again, it's not something which is fixed. 3 sections we have: part 1, general introduction; part 2, cue card; part 3, follow-up questions. Mistakes that students make: they're being nervous, they do not listen to the question and they just start answering whatever they thought. So it's not something which is good. Your listening ability is something going to help you here. First listen to the examiner and then you try to answer your question. Tone of speaking is very important here. The ups and downs and natural speaking. The examiner does not want you to repeat something or to read something. The examiner wants you to speak naturally what you know about it. As I said, it is the English test, proficiency test. So you need to be proficient while you communicate. So that communication would be checked here. Taking too much time. So what happens sometimes? Let me think. So it's taking so much time for these things. An examiner does not want you to do that. That's why do practice as much as you can do before taking this interview, so that you would not take much time to, answer some certain set of questions. Fillers. So what happens, you may be in some hypothetical situation where you may have to talk about your past, some experiences you have. So then fillers are natural, but overusing that is something which is not good, which seem absurd in that condition. Pronunciation. So pronunciation, but obvious, it should not be mistaken. The people have MTI issue. I want them to practice more and more before you sit for the interview. And not knowing our own ideas. So it's kind of, the case in hustle. It happens when examiner is asking something else and you are answering to something else. So that is something, a kind of confusion. That's why I suggest you be patient, be calm, sit there, listen to the examiner, and then try to answer, which would be a very helpful thing for you in your interview. You need to work on your fluency, your cohesion, coherence basically. And fluency, it's kind of, if you have to speak for a length, you would not get stuck somewhere. You would have a lot to say. You will enjoy your speaking. This is something is fluency. And the coherence, it means again you will have links of idea. You need to know what is spoken before and what should be spoken next. So this is something you need to know. Lexical resource, definitely range of vocabulary, words is important. Then if you have many words to say, definitely you can impress your examiner. Accuracy in your grammar, and the wide range of structures you're speaking in your answer, so which is important. Pronunciation, as I said, one of the most important feature of it. Do practice if you have any MTI issue. That's it. So it was the series of IELTS where I told you about how many questions we have, what type of questions we have, time limit, and how to cope up with these difficulties. So learners, I think it is something which is very helpful for you. I want you to check out my further videos also. Stay tuned. See you in the next meeting.